Very quickly, you can do it in your own, but you will need to collect the things that we are giving you in just one place. Okay, so during the classes, we show you the fundamental of sustainable interior design. You understood there is a process. We showed you a process. A little of this process, we have much more on the next level, and of course, you can change your step 2, okay, your path 2. So we are going to show this step today, and this is going to be the sustainable interiors course. Of course, right? It's a very...
I saw that some people were already asking on the chat, so
yeah. So
here is your answer now.
yeah, the sustainable interiors course. So how this training, right? We have this training, this closed training, sustainable interiors course, and a community. And why we love this community thing? Because it's not just about you watch classes, right? You need to have the class, you need to have the support, you need to be with like-minded people, just as you. I've been in mentorships. I've been learning with tons of people that are much greater than us, and we got lots of great things, lots of acceleration process doing this. So we have this training and we have this community, and we have these ideas that can change you a lot. So we are going to present you the step-by-step process to create high-performance interior designs, helping your career fulfillment, impact, and recognition. And you will learn the strategies, the whole strategies in much more detail to carry out this project. This is going to be awesome, right? A showcase of the recognition in your career. And sustainable strategies to add value, right, to your projects and create great service in your company or your own practice, your solo practice. It doesn't matter. You can have this. It doesn't matter if you are starting out, you are a student, you are with 70 years old, 80 years old. It doesn't matter for us. Everyone is a person willing to learn, and we are happy to teach you the whole process and have the support in this community, right? And we are going to have lessons to improve your position and present superior services. And this is awesome because we developed this course and we are evolving. We are always evolving these courses. So we love to do this, and we are doing things inside the company to make it even better, a better support, people to moving you on towards sustainable path. So it's awesome, right? We are going to have live events inside the course as well, not just only classes, but live events and the whole package to make this work for you. Okay, so you will create highly influential practice to make world-class techniques, and of course we want to bring the most modern strategies. It's important to bring in the most modern strategies and not teach you old things. We are bring you new things.
Looking at new standards.
Yeah, because lots of people they try to learn about sustainability and they start to look old things. They learn all old things. They practice a lot of those old things. They understand they could have a better way to learn this much faster and have the impact they want in their career much faster as well.
Yeah, when we say we are continuing learning, it's because we have to continue bringing fresh information,
Yeah.
This path evolves fast.
Yeah, and then of course this course have a price to support our work for us, so we can keep going, doing these free events and do the impact we want in your career and getting more people in the sustainable path, right? So the training guide, in the first module, you're going to understand the behind the scenes of sustainable interiors, all the process, so you can make it the better way. You are going to have some sustainable interiors chronogram. You're going to have briefing and proposal. It's awesome. It's a complete process. Module 2, we're going to talk about natural and artificial lighting. Tons and tons of beautiful classes, so you can watch. We talked a little about dialogues and light standards, but we have much more inside the course, and tons of classes, so you can understand in detail everything and do truly sustainable design. So natural artificial lighting, thermal comfort. You're going to understand the thermal comfort concepts applied into interior design, because we know you can't do it all on architecture. We are going to have some strategies on architecture and some on interior design. Most people don't know the strategies, and we are presenting this to you, and this module 3. Okay, module 4, water consumption, this reduction. You're going to have guides to reduce water consumption, so it's awesome for you to get this and do the right way right away, right? Very important. Module 5, sustainable materials. Then Sammy comes up, and you are going to listen her talk awesome things about sustainable materials. Tons of classes. It's outstanding to, and I don't like to say tons of classes because it seems like overwhelming, but it's important for you to understand this in detail, right? It's important, right? Acoustics, so you're going to understand the acoustic strategies more. You're going to put this into practice, of course. Air quality strategies. We're going to talk about air quality in a few minutes as well. So it's important for you to understand this. Energy efficiency strategies. So we are going to cover it all, guys. All things. We are going to have a new module as well that is related to movement. You know, how to make people move in your space in a better way so they can be more healthy, how they can increase their mind, their awareness, you know, they increase their brain performance inside a space and bring this relation with community. So this is awesome as well. Okay, so this is...
Yes, this module is interesting because it touches people and your clients. It's in a different way. You are assessing their emotions with the environment.
Yeah,
so this
people are joking here.
Great.
They are called you the material girl, yeah.
Oh yes, I got that nickname the last event, the material girl,
yeah,
because I couldn't stop about material.
The material girl. So we have some classes.
I'm a material.
Yeah. All right. So Madonna is outdated. We are talking about Blackpink here. We need to find a relation between Blackpink.
I'm old school.
So we have all the class screenings, all these classes you are going to get. It's awesome. So guys, what I'm telling you here is actually that you will become the green hero. We are putting you into this path to become a green hero actually. I'm here with this t-shirt here. I will put this for you. Right, I'm with this t-shirt here called Green Hero. It's cool t-shirt, right? But I'm not a green hero, and I will talk about this in some minutes. It's important to understand this. So you will receive, and we are going to have something crazy here in some minutes. We are going to have, right, this training videos, lots of training videos, the PDF workbooks, right, with all the lessons. We have this PDF split into the courses, so you have this PDF, you have video and other files. You're going to have support, right? You can ask during a class. Of course, we are going to reply you in 24 hours. We usually reply in 24 hours. You keep your questions and you can read other people's questions. It's great to see what other people are asking. You learn with other people. We showed you here the way, right? You saw lots of people sharing good things here, and you're going to learn with other people. You will have a lifetime access to the course, right? And 1 year of support of our, of us. But 1 year we guarantee. Of course, it can be more, but we won't. We need to put 1 year. But the course, you have lifetime access. You can use this in what you want. On restricted access, you have all materials. And it's an online training, of course. We don't go to your house or do in your places.
Eat your cereal.
Yeah. Your cereal is safe. You can keep your cereal safe. It's important. And this is the regular value of the course, right? $697. This is what you usually charge for this course. Highly performance projects, practice that positively impact, right? Your environment, the society, career growth and impact and recognition you always wanted, right? And of course, it's important to say we put this course to fit your needs. It doesn't matter your experience. It doesn't matter if you are starting out or if you have tons of experience. You will learn in this course. I can promise you this.
Just like you did during this week. We've seen people here with lots of experience in the field and then have joined. And there's always something else that we can add to it.
Yeah. I said the regular value of the course, but it won't be this price, okay? We're going to make things different here. So we have this, all this access for you. We have our green heroes here, people who are achieving outstanding results in their careers. We want to present you some people here. We have Marina and Isaac. Marina is living here in Curitiba right now. It's awesome.
Yeah, she moved from Rio to here.
Yeah, we have Maureen who lives in the more south than us here in Brazil. She lives in Porto Alegre. It's a very beautiful place. Maureen is developing outstanding projects. She is becoming a speaker.
She's one of our first students, and she's been with us during this whole path. She's still with us.
Maureen is one of the first 10 students.
First 10 students that believed in our project.
Yeah, she's one of the persons who made this possible, actually. And she made me, she and the 10 people, the first 10 people that we could do this. So it's insane, right? If one people can do this, all this.
Yes, we started with 10, and here we have almost 4,500 people now live.
Yeah. So you have lots of results, outstanding results. We will put a video in the end of this so you can see more results. We are just started out, right, abroad, so we are going to see some results from people abroad as well. And then we thought, right, it's important to say this because we do the course, and when we develop a course like this, we start to see the last steps, the next steps people want to make. And then we start to think, what else we could do for these people who are inside the course? Because the course is a journey, right? You are inside a journey here. You are getting this journey. You are, fulfilling this little journey here with us. But then we have the next step, right? The next level. And when you get to the next level inside Sustainable Interior course, you are going to think, what else could I do, right? What else? What's going to happen when I finish this second journey, this next level? So we start to think what else we could do, and then we start to think maybe people, they want to know on how to deal with teams, right? How they can talk with teams and how they can, because you are doing sustainable projects and you need to put this into the real world, right? So you need to talk with people, and this cool relationship with people you are going to get in this integrative process classes, so you can be a leader, right? You can put these strategies, put all people all together and start talking about sustainable design, and they will understand, and then you can start a project already doing sustainable design and not, inventing things in the middle of the process where it's not the time to do this now, it's not the time to do this, so it's important. And the second bonus we are going to give you is our bonus by Sammy, Sustainable Interiors in the job site. So the beginning of the process, and when you are building actually the Sustainable Interiors, you are going to understand how to develop this in the job site. This is very important as well, so you can put the things inside the course and the beginning and the end, so you won't have gaps in this aspect. Then we put up a new bonus as well, that is the Sustainable Interiors chronogram. You're going to get this for free, right, today. And you have this, right, all this cool thing here, this cool chronogram that we've developed. You are going to receive the proposal models, the models that we developed. So you are going to increase your closing rate, right? You're going to present your projects, your proposals for your clients. You are going to increase this proposal rate. It's going to be awesome because you are going to present this using our process, right? And you will have the briefing model as well, so you can do an interview with your client and use our process to make it much better, in a better way, so you start the right way. Together with the integrative process, if you are dealing with bigger teams, it's going to be awesome as well. And you may think, guys, we thought in everything. And then we thought as well, maybe people they want to watch these classes, right? So we put the Sustainable Interior Design Week as a bonus as well. So you can see the whole classes. If you missed one of these classes, you can watch again these classes. This is a bonus we are putting there. Of course, our course is much more than this event, but maybe as you watch this, you want to recall something that we said. So you're going to have all recordings. You are going to have the slides of this presentation as well for you, all inside the course as a bonus for you. Okay, so this is awesome if you want to get this and feel this moment that you have with us here, right? But this is not just this, guys. We're going to give you more, right? We thought a little bit, and we said people usually they want to present these results in social networks, and they want to make it better. They want to make people understand, right, what they are doing, so you can link yourself with your clients. Social networks, they are important right now.
They're part of our life nowadays, so we cannot ignore social medias. We cannot ignore the fact that it is a tool, another tool that we have to work with.
Yeah.
Somebody told me these days that we are doing a lot with Ugreen as far as social medias and everything, and it is another thing that you have to learn nowadays. You know, you have your profession, and then you have to understand social media so you can talk. I've seen doctors, I've seen, psychologists, everybody is working with social media. So this is something that you always have to have on your side nowadays. It's an important tool, and we can share with you how we've been doing working with social media and how much energy you need to put into this, because it can be a distraction. It takes your soul away if you don't know how to balance, and you may lose yourself in your practice focusing on social medias then. Yeah. You have to give the right balance and the right importance to social medias too, because they will eat you alive.
Yeah, it's important to communicate the right way, because people tend to spend lots of energy on time and energy in social media, so we want to bring you the whole package to make it easier for you to present this and get cool results doing sustainable design. We want you guys to stand out. Really, we want you guys to stand out. So we put this bonus for you. It's a whole course that you can see. It's a quick course, but it's a very deep course, and you are going to have tons of homework to do. And you do the homework and you get results, so it's awesome. Green Sale course is another thing that we talked, me and Sammy, a lot, and we said, man, they need to put this into the real world. They need to think about their practice, think about their purpose. And actually, this Green Sale course is my process that I did in my life, actually, and I put this into a course, because I believe a great company starts from the inside. It's not from the outside, it's from the inside. You need to understand a little about yourself, you need to understand a little about the niche you want to work on, as we presented before. You need to analyze this, and you need to put this into practice. So you are going to understand, we have 5 modules in this course. You are going to understand yourself, understand your positioning, how you can position to have, make people understand what you really do, because this is a communication problem. Usually most people, they don't understand what you do. In the 3rd module, you're going to understand how to negotiate with clients, how to talk with them. We are going to show a process of 12 steps to talk with clients, so you can, get more results with each client you have. It's insane, this course. In the 4th module, we are going to you're going to learn how you can scale your company, right? You put the right way, you scale your company, and in the last module, you're going to understand how to deal with your growth, right? Because when you grow, you have new problems, and you need to deal with these new problems, okay? Another thing, man, there's a lot of bonus. We have this worldwide community, right? This community that you're going to talk with people all over the globe. You will be you can have network, you can talk. We have people from Canada, we have people from Switzerland, Africa, India, we have people from Brazil, we have people from lots and lots of countries, United States, we have people from, there's a lot of countries out there. We have people from Dubai, we have, 50 countries or something like this in there. So you can have network opportunities, you can understand others people, what other people are doing. It's awesome. So you have this founder opportunity. I didn't put a price, because you can have tons and tons of value on this. And we are going to give you, and this is only today, guys. This is only for today, for 24 hours, the Biophilic Design Blueprint. And what is this? This is the Biophilic Design course. When you finish the Sustainable Interior Design course, you're going to, maybe you will think, I want to put these strategies into practice, present to my clients, how I can improve their relation with nature. And the Biophilic Design Blueprint is a whole course, is an insane course. People talk beautifully about this course. Tiziana is the leader of this course, because we have leaders depending on the course. The Green Social Green Sale is me, Sustainable Interior is me, Sammy, and Biophilic Design Blueprint is Tiziana, Sammy. So it's going to be awesome, this course that you are going to have, okay? So you have the whole package, lots of great things. We are finishing this, guys. We are going to go back to the class, okay? Just some minutes. And if I could sum this, I don't know the value is going to, could be this value. I don't like to sell things because it's not,
not the idea here.
yeah, it's not the idea. So you can have all this package today, right, in 24 hours, and you are going to have this package for only $397. This is our way to make you go to the next step without hurting you. You know, you can do lightly, you can do to the next level in a cool way. You learn lots of good things here, and you can go to the next level in a very cool way with a very cool price only today, okay? And this is it. So start now, guys. And as I've said here, right, we are going to put this code here, right? This is the link, so you can use your cell phone. You can get your camera or something like this. You know, you can get this camera here, right? And you can put in your screen, and you are going to open this website, this welcome, ugreen.com.br/welcome. So you can put this, your name, your email, your phone number, and you will proceed to the checkout and make this in a beautiful way, okay? And today only, we talked about you guys. We talked about that, you know, we have this Green Hero t-shirt, and you wanted that.
Hello, this is a call enterprise.
You understood that we are not the Green Heroes, right? You understood that the Green Hero is you, right? So I want to do something here, very special. I will keep this down because I don't want you guys to see my belly. I will remove this t-shirt, all right? And I will do something crazy here. I will give this t-shirt only for the, not this t-shirt, okay? Because I need to put into the laundry, right? We are going to give you this t-shirt for the first 50 people that join this course, okay? So,
yes.
I said 30, but I wanted to raise this because I want to give this for more people. Sammy is shaking on there. So I want to give this for you, this t-shirt. I want to remove this. We are not the Green Heroes anymore. You are the Green Hero. We can do much about this. We got you into this journey. We put you in this, you know, we can say like movies, you know, you left the Matrix. We put you outside the Matrix. And now you can proceed, right? And we are not the Green Heroes anymore. You are the Green Hero. I can't do anything about this. It's up to you to follow this journey. We guide you. We are the Green Guides. We are not the Green Heroes. This is the, how we do this on movies. We are the, this is I don't recall the name, but this is the surprise, you know, of the movie. This
the plot, the different plot.
Yeah, the plot twist.
The plot twist, yes.
We are not the Green Heroes. You are the Green Heroes. So you're going to get this t-shirt, and of course, we are not going to ship this from Brazil. We made a huge deal that we will ship you this t-shirt from the place that is most near from you. Right? A sustainable t-shirt, actually. This is a sustainable t-shirt. So you will not complain that we are shipping t-shirts from Brazil, right? You can do this near your place. You're going to get this t-shirt and be a hero just like us and be part of this big movement that is going to change the planet, okay? So it's not my t-shirt. I need to tell once again. So I needed to send it to the laundry, and it's not cool, right? So this is it. Let's go on. You have 15 days guarantee, so you have 15 days, and if you are not cool with the training, we will refund you 100%. It's not a problem for us. We have very low refund rate, so we always give you, because some people, they you know, they are not into the air, they thought it's good. You can proceed with the course, but you have this guarantees to make it secure for you. So we can refund you, and the same us to have these people, right? If you understood what we taught in the previous classes, yeah. you are core of us. So if you want to choose from your projects, right, in high performance environments, this idea yesterday, so you can have bonuses.
All right, thank you for your patience, but there are people that were interested in going further and they are ready to go further now. So we have to present this opportunity. Like we said, this is the way we make this event happen for free for so many more. So thank you again for the ones that are interested, and we're going to keep on going with our classes now.
Yeah, let's go on. Collective what you know about biophilic design, because you are going to learn a lot in this. And we are going to bring you a guest. Let's go on. Add to stream our guest here. Let's go, TC. You are live.
Sorry, I was reading the comments. Can you hear me?
Você pode pilotar aqui? Okay, okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I need to leave for a minute, just 1 minute.
He's going to put me in to pilot this. He's putting grandmother to pilot the live now. So we're going to switch chairs a little bit.
Hello everybody. I hope you are excited to talk about biophilia. There was a very interesting question in the chat that I want to address, but no one wrote what they think about biophilic design yet. Okay, they're writing now. Try to pay attention, then you copy without guard. Okay, what do you know about biophilia?
This is really interesting questions. We've been getting different interpretations of what could be biophilic design. What is biophilic design? And I know that a lot of people relate only to this direct thing with nature, like plants, perhaps, or just natural materials. And we're going to let's see here.
Yes,
loving vegetation, including plants in the design, nature. See, this is something that we're going to expand. For the people that have talked about plants and direct relations to just plants, they are the ones that we want to address and expand this concept now, right, TC?
Yes. Let's skip I think we got an idea that there are some people that don't know. There are some people that are unsure. So let's talk about it for some time now. So biophilia is, you're right, people are right. It is the relationship between people and nature. But there is a theory that says that we have this connection with nature because we evolved in nature. So our body works in a way that is very close to what nature offers us. We cannot function in a satisfactory way without the way nature allows us to. So we need fresh air. We need constant changes in air, because that's the way our respiratory system works. Next slide. This is also about our eyes. When we think about all the energy that we get from the sun, there is a whole bunch that we don't see. But we are able to identify food, to identify also threads because of colors. So we evolved in a way that we can see that, so we can survive in nature, okay? And as Felipe said, I think in class 2, there are enzymes in our minds. Yeah, thank you. They are connected to our hormones. And those hormones, they get information from our eyes and our brains, and then they start this process that tells us the time of the day and that we should feel hunger, for example. So it's all connected inside of us and with nature, okay? And this process that I just mentioned is called circadian rhythm. So we have an internal clock, our body clock. You might have heard of it for some time. And this clock, it doesn't follow really 24 hours. It waits for nature to give you some clues, and these clues are, this clue is the light, and then it starts working. So if you don't get daylight in your daily basis, especially during the morning and above 1,000 lux, you don't get this starting point in a satisfactory way, okay? So you need this light, and then this light will tell you the time of the day, and then you start all the functions again. Every day it starts. If you don't get that, you have every day a 20-minute delay until you get almost like you change day and night. Okay, so it's every day 12 to 20 minutes delay, and this can give you a lot of health effects that are not good for you. For example, you can gain weight, you can gain insomnia, you can get irritated, and also it can be a trigger for other diseases like cancer, for example. So they are all correlated at some point. And the slide that you are seeing now shows you that we have been in nature for more time than we have been in this urban environment that we created. Felipe always explains this in a better way than me, so please, Felipe.
Okay, no, as I said, people, we started 2,000 years, this is scientific studies, right? We have the Homo sapiens, we have this migration, then we have, of course, these ancient paintings, and we have what I'm telling you. It doesn't matter your religion, right? What you believe in. What really matters is this: we got electricity for only 200 years, right? Electricity was invented just 200 years ago. It was yesterday, And then when we started to use artificial light, people start to think, whoa, we don't need natural light anymore because now we have artificial. Then we close our windows. Then you start to work in closed environments. And I like to work in closed environments, and this is not cool. So you are working in a closed environment, and then you start to lose this relationship with outside. You start to to have these problems. What time is it? What I'm doing here? When it's time to lunch? When it's time to sleep? Or things like this. So your body starts to get messed up. I explain like children, right? Your body starts to get messed up, and then you are going to lose your health during the time. It's not just one day doing this, but when you start doing this repeatedly, you are going to lose. Right, you're going to lose your health. So we need to increase this relationship with nature because we live in this planet. We develop our bodies, together with this planet. We have this deep relationship with Earth, right? So we need to bring this connection and increase this and keep this in touch. We need to have this touch because it's not cool when you are producing enzymes and you are not going to lunch and your body doesn't know where is the time, and your body is not producing melatonin when it's time to sleep, so you don't sleep deeply. You start to sleep, we start to have problems with your sleep because you have lots of sources of light in your place. So we need to understand how to increase this connection. All right, this is it, I think.
Yes.
So we have this collective share, and I just put you guys here this collective share for you to understand. the fourth day of the class, when we finish this class, please tell us what you thought about this class. Okay, I'm just put this before so you can remember this and don't lose this, because it's important for us to get your feedback. We always analyze feedback to make the best event as possible. These events always evolve. We don't know when we are going to do next, but we want your feedback. It's important for us. Okay, let's go on. You're doing very fine, Sammy. Sammy, she looks like a young person, right?
But I'm actually 91 when it comes to technology.
But she has a grandma soul talking about technology. She always loses some things, but you're doing very fine, Sammy. Cool. You can go on. I think you're doing fine. I'm cool here. You're not violating this. This is actually a compliment, I think. Yes or no? I don't know. Maybe people may say it's not, but all right. Sammy has a grandma soul on technology. That's what
when it comes to technology. Yes.
All right. Let's go on.
So people are asking about places with long nights. We evolved in the people that live in those places evolved in that nature as well. So when you get sunlight, you should get the most of it, so you can reset your circadian rhythm, okay? One thing that is important, there is no definitive way to approach biophilia. We have some references in the literature that helps us that. Kellert is one of them, and he divided all the elements that define biophilia in six set of strategies. But he's not the only one. We are going to present another way of approaching it later, but this is the basis of it, okay?
People are telling you are doing better than me. This is not fair. This is not fair, guys.
They're just trying to be nice to me and make me confident, so I'm not shaking here, moving this. Go on.
All right, you can go on. Then you're better than me, right?
So this slide here, I would like Felipe to explain, because he has a really nice analogy to biophilia.
All right, I always do the analogies, right? Let's go on. So you can see these two beautiful buildings, right, from Gaudí in Barcelona on the left, the Sagrada Familia, and we have this beautiful building from Kenzo Kuma, right? And then we have this two beautiful music. Actually, I like to tell like music. We have beautiful music in these two projects, but they use different instruments. Right? Yeah, you can make beautiful music using different instruments. You could say maybe Gaudí is a classical song, something like Beethoven or something like this. I just make an analogy here, right? And then we have this modern type of architecture, this more, both are their defined nature, right? They're trying to do crazy things in different ways, but with different instruments. They try to keep, try to reach the limit, right? And this is awesome. And you can do this with biophilic design. You don't need to use all instruments. You don't need to mix violins with electronic music and put some, some crazy drums with heavy guitars. And this is the idea. You need to find the right types, and you see
harmony, yeah.
There's a left and there's a right, and they are using different types of instruments. And we can say we have 60 types of instruments that we can use on biophilic design, okay? Some of them are the same, but not all are the same. All right, let's
And Gaudí is the one that is actually the master that can actually use the most instruments sometimes. I think that's the thing.
Yeah. This is it. So the first step is the environmental elements. These environmental elements are simpler to understand, so we can use natural colors, right? We can get colors more related to nature. As I have here in my house, we have some colors that are more related to nature in some places. So it increases the heat, when you use wood or something like this. It's very simple to understand this concept because we relate this to nature. This is the first. Then we have also other types. You can use views. This is a house that we've developed. I think I put this on Instagram some weeks ago. And we can use views, right? We have this. You can see out there. You can see the tree, right? We have the tree there, and we have this beautiful stairway that you can watch the whole area outside. We have some glazing and some window areas as well, but of course you need to analyze those simulations. So that's why sustainable interior design is a great thing to analyze all these things together, right? How we can improve this outside relationship with views, and of course understanding about glare and light distribution. So this is the way to go, in my opinion. And then we have other things. We have fire. We have the use of water. All natural things belong to this first part. We have 6 parts. Okay, we are talking about six categories, and then we have this first part, and now is the second part that we can use natural forms, right? Do you want me to go on, TC, or do you want to go?
You're doing great, but natural form is something really interesting for the interior designers, because when you have those, for example, in this image that you're seeing, you have these oval vases. Oval and circular forms are very connected to nature, because nature doesn't have straight lines. It doesn't have 90 degrees. Okay, so this is something that we as humans, we decided that it was interesting. But if we have too many stripes, too many contrast in stripes, and too many straight lines and 90 degrees angles, we can even get heartache from that. Heartache. Whoa, came a long way there. So you can get headaches, okay? So we need some kind of presence of curves of these natural forms, of these oval forms. We also are attracted to botanical patterns. This is a very nice image that Felipe put in there that kinds of, it gives you a resemblance of nature, but you really don't know what it is exactly. And you can say in the chat, what do you think it is? What does it remind you of?
Yeah.
What does your eyes perceive of this picture?
Yeah, this is like the driver's license, right? You need to, here in Brazil, you need to draw things to prove you're not crazy when you're going to get the driver's license. So we want to know about you guys. What do you think this is it? So we can see if you are not crazy. Because
some people are saying a maze, trees, vines, garden.
If you are crazy, you won't drive in Brazil, okay? So you will need to take a bus if you come to visit us one day, okay? We won't go inside your car if you talk something wrong here.
Olive tree. Let me see here. Wheat.
Yeah, creepers. Yes, one person. Creepers. Yeah, cool. So we won't go inside your car. We want to drive with you, okay?
This is the beauty of this. You said a lot of things, all of them natural, even fire. Fire is an element of nature. So this is really interesting that you can get this relationship by having a pattern, by having something that reminds you of nature. And this is a very interesting way for interior
perception of nature resemblance.
Yeah.
Yes, it can, for example, here we're seeing metal work, but it could be a pattern in curtains, in textiles, whatever, okay?
Yes, I like to use this because, metal, it's something like colder than you would think, right? And this, and the leaves there, or some leaf-like elements are kind of squarish, but not so much, but they still give this movement. So it is a contrast. So this is our brain working with us, and do you see how this approaches you to nature, even if you are in a place that technically does not have nature there?
Yeah, the best person here is Saul Sepultura. And he's right, because this is metal, right? We have metal materials.
I know. You got it. Okay, well, we got you.
Yeah, you tried to joke with us, but now we joke with you. You can't joke. Yeah, let's go on.
And sorry, then we have also biomimetics, and this is, or biomimicry. This is something that people usually have some kind of thought. So what is the difference between biomimicry and biophilia, or biomimetics and biophilia? This is part of biophilia. As we already seen, colors matter, patterns matter, daylight matter. Actually, all the classes we have been giving and you have been having this week also has a strong character for biophilia as well, because we have been saying, look at your climate, look at your animal that lives inside can live in a comfortable way, so we can have all the physiology working, and then I apply that to architecture or to the design in a broad way. Okay, so it's about the question to see what nature does. That's what biomimicry is,
Or biomimetics or biomimicry. Yeah, the two
Yes.
names. Okay, guys.
Okay, so it's inside the concept, general concept of biophilia.
Yeah, we're getting lots of people joining our courses. Great to see.
Thank you.
Thank you for the support, everyone. We have Greta, we have Justina, we have Morgan, we have Tracy, we have Jeannie again. I think it's the same person. Jocelyn.
As I said, nature has a way of doing things to spend the less energy possible. So it's all about efficiency to get all the fauna and all the flora working in a very efficient way. So what we as humans discover in time is that there are some mathematical some mathematical rules,
Logic and rules, yes.
yes, that sort of regulate how those forms are created. And one of them is the golden rule that you see in this image. And Felipe always said that it has to be worked in a very cautious way, right, Felipe?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can.
Yes, because sometimes people force, right?
Yeah. So one day I was analyzing a project, like a social company that I have. It was an 82 floor building. Yeah, 82. And this guy made this project, this proposal, and he put this in on the floor plan. You know. So you saw if you got from the helicopter, you're going to see these proportions, but I don't know who is going to go in the helicopter, because the helicopter can see this. You need to get an airplane or something like that to see this. So very crazy concepts. And of course, when you do architectural design, you need to look at more things. So you won't get these relationships when you are doing sustainable design.
Yeah, let's not try to force information into this. Things need to adapt.
Yeah.
And one person here, Camila, said it wouldn't it be more efficient to mimic and evolve natural system and process instead of just mimicking their aesthetics. That this is that you didn't understand the concept of biomimetics. Biomimetics, it is creating this system in our artificial world. So yes, they do work. It's not just aesthetics. And if it's just aesthetics, it's greenwash.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there is actually a way that you can, when you think about natural analogs that we are going to speak, you can have only aesthetics. So you can have a piece on your table that reminds you of a bird, for example. But the thing about biomimicry is understanding the process. And this is just what Sammy was saying. And this is why I said it's about the question, because you have to know the problem that you want to solve to see what nature offers you as a possibility to solve it. Okay, so it's about the process then.
Mm-hmm. Okay, moving on to the next slide. 1 second. Did it.
So standardized holds. This is something really interesting for interior design as well, because if you see, we have different colors in this pattern. We have different forms. You have straight lines, and then you have some crazy lines there that don't really that contrast with those straight lines, but they form a pattern. They form a whole, a standardized whole. So this is something interesting when you're working with patterns, with textile, and this is something that interior designers sort of unconsciously use a lot. And when this uses natural colors, or maybe some resemblance of natural forms, it gives you this relationship with nature in a more strong way.
Yes.
Think, for example, just to conclude that, think, for example, a field of sunflowers, that you have the leaves, you have the flower, you have different flowers in sizes and in heights, but as a whole, when you see, they all look very similar and they form a pattern, okay? Then we have, growth and efflorescence, thank you. This is something really interesting to unite landscape design and interior design. It's very pleasant for us, and it's very interesting. It makes us curious to watch a place change in time, because the landscape is changing, because the plants are changing. They are growing, they have flowers, they have less leaves at times in the year. So this is something that makes us feel like we are again in contact with nature. But you only get this when you have more than one pot of plants. So, right, Sammy?
Yes. It's not just, yeah, go ahead.
No, please.
No, what I was going to say is that there is meaning to biophilia. It's not, as you can see, as Tiziana is explaining and Felipe is explaining, there is a process and an intention. It not just happens like randomly when you are bringing it into the built environment. And I know that it is kind of, like somebody mentioned, like, the human beings are the rarest thing. We destroy nature and then we try to mimic nature. Yes, I have to agree with that. But we have evolved to live in this urban areas. We have to deal with this in a better way and create better things for us here in the urban area and create better urban areas. So this is something that we cannot go back to it. It's an utopia if we think that we can reset the button completely. We have passed that point. We are beyond that, and we have to work with what we have and do our best with what we have now.
Yes, and again, it's in order to have the strong relation. Yesterday I told you about, okay, vegetation has to be dense and has to be diverse. In this case here in urban areas, as Sammy was saying, sometimes we cannot get density, but we can get variety. So this is very important, because variety gives you not only this difference in aesthetics, it gives you also this close look into changes, because plants change in different ways, and also it calls for different types of fauna. You get different types of birds, you get different types of insects, butterflies, and so on. So it kind of calls your attention to see it every day, because it's every day changing, okay? Then we have light and space, and this is all about what we've been saying in the last two classes. So it's about daylight, and this is something I wanted to call, to really stress. Nature doesn't give you direct lighting all the time. The sun is direct lighting, okay? It comes from the top and it bathes you direct with light. It gives you a lot of different patterns. It reflects everywhere, and then you have light coming from a lower angle because you have a wall behind you, or maybe beside you, or maybe a stone, a big stone, or maybe you have leaves in the trees that filter that light. So when we are designing lighting, we want to have this diversity as well. That's why uniformity is not the goal for lighting design. This is why we get tired with uniformity, because we didn't evolve in a uniform environment. Okay, we need these changes. And this is also very important. The benefits of daylighting to our circadian rhythm and also this dynamic that it provides cannot be reproduced by electric lighting. Nowadays they have these types of very new lighting that changes color throughout the day, the temperature of color, so they can mimic a little of this dynamic of daylight, but what they don't do, they don't change position. And the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west, and this is also something that creates some sort of effect on us. So we need this change to know the time of the day, and we need this change to know this difference in light levels and in color. So this type of lamp does not give you all of this; it gives you a little bit of that. Okay?
Yeah. Guys, I want to ask you something. Are you hearing more noise now? Because I've opened the window. We don't use air conditioners in this apartment because we have very cool natural ventilation. But when we are doing our events,
By Philippe design and this connection.
We want to give you some notion of it, okay? This is why the whole course of that, because it has a lot of details and so on.
The interpretation of it and how this is applied in real life, yeah.
So you can also define space by using light. This is an artwork that Philippe found. That you can see that it kind of changes the way you perceive the surface in the wall surface. So you can, just by applying light, you can change the way people perceive the volume of it, but also the space, okay?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And now I heard.
Yeah, no, I know. I think even with the windows closed, we would have heard a bit
Yeah.
like.
Right.
All right, let's go.
Then we have place-based relationships. And this is something really interesting because nowadays we tend to look at websites on the internet and we want to sort of use the aesthetics that they're using because we think it's interesting. But sometimes it does not match the place that we are living in a historical or cultural way. Okay, so when we respect the history of the place, we make people feel the connection to this local in a very strong way. So we should not leave that behind. Okay, so we have to have this strong respect for what came before us.
Absolutely, and I really love to mention Europe in this case because there are so many places there where you feel that connection, and even that I'm not European, I'm not part of their history by nature. When I experienced that, I felt that connection, even that I didn't belong to that place. I understood and this is so good, and it creates a different feeling for us. You know, just like TC said, it's something that came before us. What were they thinking then? You can't go on and see this like you were seeing this picture with the good and the older and not wonder or take notice on this. I don't know, maybe the architects do more, but regular people do too. My husband is like a robot and he loves that. He still can't understand that. He's more like he's more like the nerdy guy, but and like a robot-like person, but he still feels that connection. so obsessed with culture.
Yeah, so.
Yes, and this cultural connection and this historical connection. Sorry?
Yeah, we're going on. He didn't. Okay.
Sorry, I forgot the phone.
This historical and cultural connection can be really applied to interior design. Because if you see a picture of an interior of an indoor environment that was in a website or in a specialized magazine, sometimes you get this feeling of something that is impersonal. And this is something that we don't know why, but it's really uncomfortable. It's better when you have someone there, a dog, a child, and photographs that gives you this connection to the culture and the way people live. Okay?
Yeah.
And cultural connection in this sense of biophilia is when you have this sense of how people live in the place in your design. For example, Feng Shui, Vastu, this kind of ancient ways that people develop for designing the spaces, they also have this cultural connection very strong in that they come from. So this is something that can be used to reinforce this cultural connection and historical connection as well. And the sixth element is evolved human-nature relationships. And this is a combination of all the other elements that we just talked about, but how do they make you feel? How do they make the occupants feel when you do that design? So the first one we want to mention, there are way more than that, is fear and reverence. So when you apply your design to a place where you have nature in a very strong way, you can make people feel this fear of nature, for example, this waterfall that you are seeing, and reverence it. People are in awe. They look at that and say, oh my God, what a landscape. And you want to have a chair next to the window to appreciate that. Okay, so this is something that you can look at the window and then you can make your interior design to reinforce that feel. Okay, domain and control. Domain and control is about having nature in a way that makes sense to us. People have a lot of trouble letting the landscape take over a garden, for example. They want to cut the lawn. They want to control the plants so they grow in a certain way. We have this demand for control, but we want to have also this fine line between them. So in this project that Philippe always mentions is also by Kengo Kuma, right, Philippe?
Yeah, Kengo Kuma, he challenges things, right? You can see this project, this beautiful design, and you are telling, man, this guy's trying something different. He's putting the trees over the building. You can see it feels like the building is kind of delicate, you know, and he's challenging nature somehow. So when people are trying to challenge nature, of course, we can have problems doing this, but we can feel that he achieved a good and outstanding project, and this is great. So it's a biophilic effect. Understand that a challenge is happening in architecture, right?
Yes, yes, and you can do that not only with vegetation in the environment, but also Japanese designers, they do this a lot with water, where you can have a pond of water inside the environment. And water is something that, because of its fluid nature, it gives you that feeling that you cannot control every part of it. So it gives you this fine line between, okay, the pond is where I want it to be, with the limits that I want it to be, but the vegetation and maybe the fish inside act in a way to have constantly to watch over, so it doesn't get out of control. Out of control, yes.
Yes.
So this is, I think we covered all the 6.
Yes.
So yeah. So this was just a few examples of those 6 elements in biophilia, but we can talk about 60 because this is what Keller's and his colleagues define as basis of biophilia. Okay, but okay, and then you were given a lot of books. So and we said that it's not an easy topic to learn about in a few words, but you can say, okay, I want to have a very direct approach with my client, and we are going to show you in a few minutes how we did that, okay? So again, the 2 pictures that Felipe just told you about, these different kinds of music that you get from biophilia. So in Gaudi's example, you have natural form, you have natural patterns, you have light and space relationships. The inside is wonderful. You have these shadows that define the space as well, in human-nature relationships. So this is some of the elements that Cody used in his design. And then you have Kengo Kuma with also natural forms and light and space elements, but with an evolved human-nature relationships, because if you see that different forms of the floors, you get this, you get unsure how it stands in place. So this is also a perception that it provokes on people that see that building. This is the music of Kengo Kuma in a biophilic way.
Yeah.
So yeah, and some people
People are asking me for a screen, but no, I'm not screen. Okay, so.
But let me just one more thing. I'm sorry to interrupt you. No, I don't want to scream, but I know there are some people that are screaming here on the chat asking if we're going to go on. Yes, today we're going to go on a little farther. So if you had we know that some people have their compromise with some other things, agendas to fulfill. We understand, but we're going to keep on going. There are some things that we're going to keep on going here.
We understand, guys. No problem. I'm just going to eat your cereal. If you're going to lose your cereal, otherwise, that doesn't matter, right? We can go on. Let's go.
Nerdy practice.
Yeah, we have the nerdy practice. Let's go on. Let's see what we have for the nerdy practice today. I don't know. What we are going to do, Sami?
Actually, Tiziana is going to take us behind the scenes of our biophilic design consultancy.
Really?
Yes.
I'm very excited for this.
Me too. Because you know why? Because what happens here is that it's very easy for us to talk about biophilic design, but how do we talk to our clients and show them results that they can also understand, and they don't think that this is just some theory that we are bringing to them?
Yes, nerdy practice. I should go over the table, but I can't because okay, you want me to drive? Okay.
Yeah, now you drive because we want to make sure.
I would go over the table, but my wife will kill me because it's.
Oh yes, I would kill you too. So
yeah.
I'm going just to wait for
Let's
them.
go on, guys. For the nerdy practice, are you ready? Are you ready for this? We are going to show you a beautiful case study, as you can see here, right?
Yes. Philippe, I guess you are a little bit far from the microphone right now. You're okay.
All right, let's go on.
Okay, so one thing that it's important to mention here is biophilic design has a lot of qualitative analysis, and this is hard for the client to engage and understand that you are showing them something that can be easily applied to the design. And then there is someone that also asked something really interesting that I want to answer now. Someone asked, okay, what is the difference between biophilia and generative design? Generative design is biophilia is inside generative design. So you have biomimicry inside of biophilia and then biophilia inside of generative design. Because generative design takes into account other things like economics and how people live in a just way. It's also concerned about equity, okay? So biophilia doesn't go that far. And this is how I wanted to bring it here, when we do a consultancy project, we sneak some part of it inside biophilia. So the client is buying a biophilic analysis. And this is something that you can do as well. Sorry?
How is Nick on?
Sneaky cheesy.
Yeah.
No, it's just that, for example, you are hired to do interior design. You sneak some sustainable practice in it,
yeah.
And then you educate your client.
Cool.
You show them, if you choose that, you're going to spend less money because it's cheaper, for example.
Yeah.
In long term, okay, you have a cost benefit by using that material or that system. So the first concern is okay because they always are concerned with money, but then you show them that they have health benefits, or they are helping the environment, or they are creating a better environment for their family or their collaborators or so on. So this is the way that sometimes we manage to go beyond what is asked from us. Okay, so in this case we use an approach that is more simplified than the one that the 60 strategies from Keller's and colleagues, but it encompasses the main ideas here. So first we have nature in the space patterns. So when you bring nature into your space, visual connection with nature. I see nature from the window. I see nature inside the environment, for example, plants, and maybe animals, in the case of a pond with fish. Non-visual connection with nature. I hear water. I sense the smell of the flowers. I sense the smell of the vegetation that is nearby. And then I have non-rhythmic sensory stimuli. I'm going to speak a little more about this with you today. Thermal and airflow variability. We need to have these changes in temperature and in airflow, okay? This is why nowadays HVAC manufacturers are trying to give you variability in terms of air velocity and temperature. We cannot stay too long in a place that doesn't change. We need this because sometimes you are very focused at something and you feel this breeze of air, and then you wake up and you stay alert and you see other things and you rest your brain as well, okay? Presence of water, we talked about it briefly, but water is something that creates a very pleasant feeling in human beings. So it's always, if you have this possibility, sometimes the way the the environment was built or was designed doesn't allow you to, but if you have, it will be good. And then I want to read just because otherwise I don't have the...
Oh, right, sorry.
And then I have dynamic and diffuse light. We already talked a lot about that. And connection with natural systems. Natural system we are going to talk about as well is when I see the time changing or the season changing or the weather changing. Not only outside but in the indoors as well. We're going to talk about more. Then I have what reminds us of nature, which is the natural analog patterns. We have bioformic forms and patterns. We talked about it as well. It reminds us of the forms of nature. Material connection with nature. For example, a wooden table. It reminds me of the trees. A stone in the counter. It reminds me of where I can find those types of stones and so on. Okay. Textiles. That reminds us of. It doesn't have to be from animals, but it can remind us of that. Complexity and order, we're going to speak about that as well. We already talked about it, control and domain, it's related to that. And then we have the third one, which is nature of the space patterns, which is another name for those human-nature relationships. It's what you want people to feel in the space you design. So prospect is when you want people to see what is going on outside, because otherwise they are going to be always in this fear and not having a clue what is going on. So you always stay alert of what is going on, what you're hearing, and you want to know that. You want to know who's coming to see you, for example. Refuge, you want to feel safe where you are. You want to feel this shelter feeling, okay? And interior designers can do that very well. Mystery, you want to entice people to know that place. You want people to feel curious and explore that. And then risk and peril, you want people to feel that awe and that respect to nature that we talked about, okay? We're not seeing those in detail, but we are going to mention the three ones that we highlighted there because it's very close to what you can apply very quickly in your design.
Let's go on, guys, with the case study. People are asking for Sepultura here. I did present yourself as Sepultura or like Blackpink. It's your choice. You can tell if you prefer Blackpink or Sepultura. Please tell us that, and then I will present this as you want to. All right, so we have these beautiful pictures here. I will just present here the pictures of this beautiful project in India, right? We have this, it's outstanding, right, made by Studio Symbiosis, and we did biophilic design consultancy on this project. And we got this approach of these 14 strategies, okay? So this is it. Let's see, people, Blackpink, Sepultura, it's very, Blackpink, Sepultura, just a little bit, guys. It's all about branding. They always start a song telling the name, you know? They say Blackpink in your area, and then they start the song. So I think 50% of their songs are like this. And Sepultura is different. Then Sepultura is going to be, we are Sepultura from Brazil! We are going to play a song! No, sorry, I will try again. Here is Sepultura from Brazil! We are going to play a song! Refuse! Resist! I have neighbors in here, guys, so let's go on. BTS, I don't know much about BTS. My kids don't like BTS a lot. Let's go on.
So the first one we are going to talk about that we approach with our client is non-rhythmic sensory stimuli. What does that mean? It means that you cannot block all the views from your client, okay? Curtains are okay, blinds are okay, part of the day when it's annoying to get sunlight directly on your eyes, but you want people to see outside. And why is that? This project specifically has a huge garden. They really did a very nice landscape design with a lot of native species.
Sorry,
they wanted...
I'm really sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I have a revelation here. Sepultura, I will link Sepultura to biophilic design right now. They made a biophilic record. You know, Sepultura is the first band in the world that made a record with Indians, right? They got to a tribe, they went to a tribe, and they recorded a heavy metal record with people from a tribe. So they put this link, the name of the record is Roots. It's from 1995-96. This is a breakthrough record. All people in Brazil know this record, and lots of places in the planet as well. So they made this record with the tribe, and there's a lot of biophilic design. Actually, the cover, you can see some roots and the Indians with the paintings. It's awesome. Man, cool, right? I got this. I really got this. I'm very happy with this. Man, I got this. And I linked Sepultura with our class. People, they can't deny how insane it is. They can't deny this.
We can't deny how insane you are.
Yeah. All right, let's go on. Sorry.
Let's go on. It's okay. It helps learning. So what I was saying is that they really had this cool landscape. But when we think about feels, it's not about really non-rhythmic sensory stimuli, but what it brings to you. So sometimes when I was watching your display, sometimes I look very, very quickly to the side. You might have noticed that. It's because I am beside a large window with a garden, and sometimes come some birds here. And it's very unconscious and automatic that we do that. If there's a bird, if there's a butterfly or something like this, I will look. And this is really interesting because I need 20 seconds to reset this part of the brain where I make is related to decision making. So my stress lowers a bit. So we need people to wander away, okay, because it makes them feel a little bit more relaxed, okay? And this type of thing that has no rhythmic, that happens once in a while, calls our attention and develops all those effects that are important to us as well, okay? That's and cool. This is, I left it here, sort of a coincidence, because this is a part that we sneaked inside biophilia. Biophilia is between people and nature, and this is specifically about nature. We want the client to be aware of the effects he is provoking on the fauna around that project. This is about outdoor lighting. We don't want the lighting to go upwards. We want it to go downwards because it can have really negative effects, especially on insects and birds that migrate. Okay, so when you are specifying outdoor lighting, please be sure that it's not going beyond the surfaces, and please do not point upwards. Okay, so this is something that we were educating the client to be aware of. It's not really in biophilia, but it's about the responsibility with nature based on the project. Then we have connection with natural systems. And I was saying to you that they can be related to the weather, to the changes of the day and seasons, but also how materials change, the patina of time. This is really interesting for interior design. You want people to notice the change in the wood, the change in some kind of metals. Copper, for example, changes the color in decades. So you want people to have the special piece that they had from the family that changed the color over time. So you have cultural connection, you have historical connection, and you have also the patina of time in one piece. Okay. And then you have also types of textiles that give you these changes when you touch them. And this is also very pleasant. I want to touch that velvet chair because it's pleasant, it's soft, and I can see the change where I touched. Again, we could also, and we have previously mentioned leather, for example, and then our audience said, okay, well, leather is not really sustainable, and we agree with that, so we didn't show here, but leather is something that also changes with time, but we don't want to bring that to the client as a possibility. So again, it's biophilia. Leather could be seen as biophilia, but we don't want to go that far in terms of sustainability. We want to respect
Pick your battles, right?
pick your battles, and we don't want to give incentives to that, okay? Then we have complexity and order. Do you want to add something, Felipe?
Yeah, people ask about the class duration. I think we're going to get more 30 minutes, right?
Okay.
This class is longer. We talked to everyone because it's going to be longer. I think some people haven't heard this. Let's go on.
Sorry, people, we love talking about it, and then we get carried away. Complexity and order. This is something that I wanted to talk to you about. This house has a very strong minimalistic aesthetic, and it's balanced with the vegetation. Okay, so if you have a strong vegetation outside, this minimalism will be balanced. But at the end of the day, pure minimalism takes you away from biophilia. Okay, because you can only have daylight and maybe natural materials, but the rest is lacking. Usually, you also detach from historical and cultural connections, depending on where you are designing. So we want to be cautious with minimalism. Okay. Yeah. And this is what we told the client as well. They should add more textiles or should add more patterns, small patterns that could give you this connection. This is the result that we showed to the client in a very concise way. We did this matrix so that they know what is the biophilic character from that project. What are they achieving everywhere in the project? They had two other facility buildings with that house, so we analyzed all of them. And when they did achieve that in all buildings, we have this marked in this matrix, in this classification that we did. So they have a qualitative result, because biophilia doesn't give you, for example, percentage. It's hard to analyze that way.
Yeah, it's not like a green building certification where you can get exact numbers, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. But then they have a visual idea of the biophilia of that design. And again, it's about coherence. Usually a place like Gaudí Sagrada Familia can reach the toppest, can I say that? the highest score of biophilia. And then we do this, we have to have some time designing it, some more time. And high efforts, it's expensive, and I have to ask the team to...
I think people are kind of tired because it's a lot of content we got here. And one thing that I want to mention as well, we have the course, right? Which course is open. You get the t-shirt, the Green Hero t-shirt, all the bonuses, the Biophilic Design Blueprint course. You're going to get